Hi, I'm Jason Stahl, editor of Body Shop Business. Today's body shops are looking for ways to increase productivity, save money, while at the same time improve quality. Sometimes a review of how some of the basic processes are performed can lead to significant improvements. Today, Tim McKinney, Senior Application Engineer from Evercoat, will provide an in-depth review of the basics of mixing, applying, and sanding body filler and putty to help ensure a quality foundation for automotive paint.
So, the number one cause of pinholes right here. Look at the surface. You can actually look and see some of the air pockets trying to work their way out.
Yeah.
What we want to do is wet the whole surface. We should be able to see through it. Just push the resin down into the sand scratch. This is a finer sand scratch, so it's going to be easier to fill in. But if this was a grind mark, it'd be harder to fill in. We really have to push it down into those areas.
And you mentioned pinholes, and pinholes are really bad, but there's pinholes and micro pinholes, correct?
Correct. So if we were to try to do a heavy application over a coarse grind mark, we would have heavy pinholes. Mm-hmm. Micro pinholes can just be a result of some porosity of the products depending on the filler material that's in them. What we're using here is Rage Ultra, so this has got a very fine particle that's in the product. All right, so after I've got it all spread out, what I want to do is come back and spread this out and create a little bit of a bevel. The reason I want to do that is I want to make it easier to sand into that 180 grit sand scratch that I made a moment ago. So it's a lot easier to work at this stage than it would be if it were to actually harden up. So I'll take my alcohol wipe here and clean it up. So we're going to wait about 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to be able to sand this particular product here. Typical body fillers are going to range around that same time frame, about 15 to 20 minutes at about 72 degrees. If it's warmer, it can be less. If it's cooler, it can be a little bit longer. Work time on these products is all given at 72 degrees. So obviously, if it's going to be used at a cooler temperature, it is going to take longer for it to reach a sandable stage, and you're going to have a longer work time. And likewise, if it were going to be used in the summertime, and it's got a higher ambient temperature, it doesn't take quite as long for it to kick off, so it's going to be a shorter working time and a shorter sand time. We still want to stay pretty true to the catalyst rate at 2% and using the information on top of the can, because if we go radically low, well, then we're under catalyzing, possibly, and if we go much higher, then we're over catalyzing.